Now guys, let's get back to UX and talk about UX only. Today we are diving into the topic of user experience research. Now, I know those words might sound like a mouthful, but trust me, it is like being a detective for making awesome websites and apps. Imagine you are on a search to create something incredible that everyone loves. That is exactly what we are going to learn today. So, buckle up, grab your curiosity, and let's jump into it.
Now guys, we are into user experience research phase. So basically we are going to do a research, we are going to conduct a research for user experience. So as I told you before that to create a world class user experience, the main element or the main efforts we have to put in is the research phase. Now let's start the slide and understand how we can do research for our user experience or to create a world class user experience for our new application or new website, right? So let's start with the first slide, and here I have mentioned the importance of user experience. Why user experience is very important, even though I've already told you many times, but still I want to cover that to enhance the user's satisfaction. Obviously user or our visitor is the king, right? That is the real truth, and to enhance their overall experience and to enhance their satisfaction level, user experience research is very important, because if we are not able to understand or if we don't know what they like or what they don't like, how we'll be able to create a better experience for them, right? So the first one is enhanced user experience. The second point is reduction in design risks. Why reduction in design risks? Basically, if we are not doing our user experience research, then this is totally a risk of putting tons of efforts and putting tons of money in creating the user experience or the application, because after development of the application or the website, if the user doesn't like the interface or doesn't like the overall experience of the application, then our efforts, our money is totally waste, right? So reduction of design risk is also there. That's why the user experience research actually is very important. And lastly, competitive advantage. Obviously, if you are providing a world class user experience to your user, then definitely it will give you an extra edge in the market, right? So this is why user experience research or the research for the overall user experience or UX is very important, right? Now let's go to the next slide, and here we'll understand the types of user experience research methods. What are the two different types of research methods we are going to apply? The first one is quantitative research and the second one is qualitative research. Now let's just understand one by one. What is this quantitative research? Quantitative research, which means you will take interview of at least 30-40 people, basically in bulk quantity. That is why it is quantitative research. You need to take the interview of those 30-40 people. It can be 40-50 or maybe 100 people. It depends on your efforts. It depends on the time frame you have given, right? And on the second part, which is qualitative research, here you need to select only 5-6 interview, where you will take the interview of those 5-6 people on the basis of different topics, where I have mentioned that focuses on understanding user attitude, behavior and emotions. And the method can be interview and the observation, right? So this is what the quantitative and qualitative research is. In quantitative, again I am repeating once again, in quantitative you will take interviews in quantity, but in qualitative you will take interviews in a normal number, I mean a minimum number of like 5-6, right? So this is what you have to follow, and both these research type will give you a proper idea about your user, right? Now let's go to the next slide. Here I have mentioned planning and conducting user interviews, how you can plan and conduct the interviews, right? The first one, you need to prepare the interview guide, like what will be the questionnaire. And here I can't provide you a questionnaire because every business, every application, every website have different kind of questionnaire, right? So I can't provide you the questionnaire, but the thing is, you need to prepare that questionnaire, you need to prepare that interview guide, and after that you need to recruit those participants. Basically, you need to find out those participants who will take the interview, right? It can be your friends and family, it can be your team members, it can be social media audience, anything, right? You need to find out the audience who can take the interview. That's it. Now, after find out the participants and the after creating the guide, the last step is to conduct the interviews. That's it. This is the three-step process you need to follow in order to take interviews in your research phase, right? After this, if you have the first prototype product or that kind of thing, you can do the usability testing and the user observation as well. What is this usability testing? Is basically you can conduct a controlled test to evaluate the ease of use and satisfaction level of the product's feature, right? And then the user observation, where you will be observing the user while he or she interacting with the product in their natural environment to understand real world uses patterns, right? But this is when you have a first prototype ready with you. Otherwise you can leave this step or you can leave this process, right? Now, after this, analyzing and interpreting research data is there. Basically, after researching, after doing your interviews, you need to collect all the data, right? You need to collect all the qualitative and quantitative data. After collecting the data, you need to analyze the patterns and trends within the data in order to find out a meaningful conclusion, and that is data interpretation, right? And after that you need to uh, generate a report where you will be highlighting the likes, dislikes, and whatever the pain points or the key points of the user, which can help to create a world class user experience for our user or for our customers, right? Now, to the next point, to the next slide. Here I have mentioned incorporating research findings into your UX designing. How you can uh, incorporate your research data into your UX designing. So as I told you that research data is very important. I have shown you the process, like how you can prepare a proper report out of that interview data, research data, right? So you can use that data while you in your user persona creation. You can use that data in wireframing and prototyping. You can use your data in iterative design process. Basically, when we continuously refine our design, when we continuously uh, upgrade our overall user experience, that is called iterative design process. So in all these places we can use that research data, and that data is going to help you a lot while creating persona, while creating wireframing and all, right? Now, here I have mentioned 4 best practices for user experience research. While you research for user experience, you can apply these best practices. The first one is stabilize clear objective. You need to set the clear objective before conducting the interviews, before conducting the research, right? The second point is mix research is very important. What is this mix research is? So basically the combine or the combination of qualitative and quantitative research is very important, right? Don't just rely on qualitative or don't just rely on quantitative research. Do the mixing, do the combination of both the interviews, and definitely you will get a real data. After this, the third best practice is involve stakeholders. Now, who are the stakeholders? So basically, the design team, development team, or the business team, all the members of these teams are stakeholders. So you should involve these stakeholders into your research process. As I already mentioned that you can take interviews of your team members as well, right? So these comes under members. Now the fourth best practice is iterative or iterate and test. So definitely you can do multiple types of test, or you can iterate multiple times, and even you can get feedbacks from your users, you can get feedbacks from the stakeholders, from your team members, and you can apply those feedbacks rapidly into the product, right? So I hope guys this helps you with your user experience research. Obviously I know that this is not a very easy or very simple topic. You need some time to understand, or you need some time to digest all these things, so it is pretty normal. Just watch the videos one by one properly, and definitely by the end of this course you will become a UX UI design pro.